Imagine waking up taller. You feel a strange lightness in your limbs. Your clothes, which fit perfectly yesterday on Earth, now seem just a little too short. You glance in a mirror and your face looks puffy, almost swollen, as if you have a head cold. This is not a dream. It is the beginning of a profound transformation. The human body, a masterpiece sculpted by Earth's gravity over millions of years, begins to rewrite itself the moment it enters the silent, weightless void of space. This journey beyond our world is not just a voyage across vast distances. It is an intimate voyage into the very limits of our own biology, a story of adaptation and challenge that unfolds within every cell. The absence of gravity is the great catalyst for this change. On Earth, gravity is a constantly silent force that shapes every aspect of our physical existence. It pulls on our bones, giving them strength. It forces our muscles to work, keeping them toned. It anchors the fluids in our bodies, dictating where our blood collects, where our lymph collects. When that force vanishes, the body is cast adrift. It enters a state of freefall, a new and alien environment where the old rules no longer apply. One of the most immediate and surprising changes is spinal elongation. On Earth, the constant downward pull of gravity compresses the soft, cushion-like discs that sit between the vertebrae of our spine. They act as shock absorbers, but they are always under pressure. In the microgravity environment of space, this pressure is released completely. The spine is free to relax and expand. The gelatinous discs absorb more fluid and swell, gently pushing the vertebrae apart. This process can add up to 2 inches to an astronaut's height, a remarkable change that happens over the first few days and weeks in orbit. This newfound height is not always a comfortable experience. As the spine lengthens, it can put a strain on the surrounding muscles, nerves, ligaments that are not accustomed to this new configuration. Many astronauts report a persistent, dull lower back ache, a feeling of stiffness, even sharp pains. The very support structure of the torso has to adapt to a new alignment, and this process can be stressful on the body. NASA astronaut Scott Kelly described this sensation during his year in space, noting the ongoing discomfort that came with his stretched spine. The return to Earth brings an equally challenging and often more painful adjustment. As gravity returns, the spine compresses, fluid is squeezed from the discs, and vertebrae settle into terrestrial position. Some experience severe back pain for weeks or months. The risk of a herniated disc spikes post-flight. Without the constant resistance of gravity, our muscles have very little work to do. Simple actions require almost no effort. This disuse signals the body to conserve resources, leading to rapid loss of muscle mass and strength, muscle atrophy. Large, weight-bearing muscles in the legs and back are hit hardest. On several-month missions, loss can reach 20%. That means less power and endurance, dangerous back on Earth. To fight this, astronauts spend about 2 hours a day exercising on the ISS. They use ARED for resistance, vacuum cylinders simulating heavy lifts, supporting squats and deadlifts. They run with harnesses to stay down and pedal for cardio. These workouts slow atrophy but don't stop it completely. Cellular signals in microgravity still drive muscle breakdown. On Earth, bones remodel under mechanical stress. Walking, running, even standing tells bone cells to build density. In space, without loading, bone is reabsorbed faster than it's built. 1 to 1.5% density lost per month. The hips, lower spine, and femur suffer most, similar to advanced osteoporosis, making the skeleton prematurely fragile and raising fracture risk during and after missions. Regaining bone on Earth is slow, 2 to 3 years after 6 months in space. Some studies suggest full recovery may never occur. Countermeasures include optimized exercise, nutrition, and osteoporosis drugs, but preserving the skeleton remains a major hurdle for Mars missions. It's a tough one. For years, astronauts returning from long-duration missions reported vision changes. Some needed reading glasses. Others noticed a general blur. The culprit is spaceflight-associated neuroocular syndrome, SANS. Upward fluid shifts increase head volume and slightly raise intracranial pressure, affecting the optic nerve. Sustained pressure can flatten the back of the eye and swell the optic disc, deforming the retina. A flatter eyeball shortens the path to the retina, causing hyperopia. Astronaut John Phillips' vision shifted from 20/20 to 2200 in 6 months. Some recover on Earth, others show persistent changes, raising concerns for multi-year Mars missions. Crews undergo ultrasound and OCT in flight, while lower body negative pressure devices are tested to pull fluids down. Solving SANS protects one of our most precious senses. Yeah, that's the real stakes here. Many astronauts report that food in space tastes bland and uninteresting. That spicy chili or flavorful steak they enjoyed on Earth loses its kick in orbit. Crews crave bold flavors, hot sauce, mustard, the famed shrimp cocktail one hearts with punchy horseradish. The same head fluid shift swells sinuses, muting smell, so flavor perception drops. Microgravity may alter receptors. Sterile, recycled air lacks Earth's rich aromas. Poor flavor risks undereating, weight loss, nutrient gaps and lower morale. NASA's food lab fights back with texture, spice and smart menus. Beyond Earth's shield, space teems with invisible radiation. Two main sources, solar wind and galactic cosmic rays, supernova-shattered nuclei hurtling near light speed. In deep space, exposure is continuous, a serious long-term health risk. High-energy particles puncture tissue and DNA. Misrepaired damage can seed cancers years later. Lead is heavy. Lighter hydrogen-rich materials and water are promising but imperfect. A newer worry, the central nervous system. Animal studies show memory impairments, reduced cognition and anxiety after Mars-like doses. Radiation disrupts synapses and triggers inflammation. Slower thinking, poorer learning, worse decisions. Even slight decline during landing or emergencies could be disastrous. Researchers test smarter shields, antioxidant-rich diets, and radioprotective meds. Protecting the mind is as critical as the body. It's a real concern. Section 8, the earthly fix. Countermeasures and future solutions. The ISS is our testbed. Exercise, nutrition, medication and technology. Robust resistance and running deliver mechanical loading that slows muscle and bone loss. Enough calories and protein, vitamins and minerals, especially vitamin D and Earth-tested osteoporosis drugs. SANS trials explore diet tweaks, LBMP and medications to manage intracranial pressure. Artificial gravity could prevent many issues at once, but it's a colossal engineering lift. In the meantime, LBMP refinement, lightweight radiation shields, even torpor concepts. So yeah, lots of ideas on the table.